Well, Minty, you've come to my turf thinking that you can defeat me. But I'm about to do to you what every D&D character does to a bugbear. Beat your ass.
Oh my god, is that what they do?
Hell, yeah, it's a problem. You know, bugbears across America have been getting their ass beaten constantly. And I'm still not 100% sure what they look like.
Okay, well, I'm Minty.
And I'm Annie.
This is FunUntitled, where we have every podcast with an FU. And one day, God willingly, we will have a D&D episode on here. But to give a transition, like Ranma was for the creator, to go from
JoJo the Shonen,
we are going to go through, I think, most of the series that we both watched and assign a D&D class to the main protagonist.
we did not put air gear in.
You know, I thought about putting it. Okay, we didn't do this for the ones where they clearly don't have powers, except Haikyuu. And for some reason, Annie asked me to put in Haikyuu. So I was like, okay, fine. I like Haikyuu enough to do it.
I think we should have put every single anime that powers or not.
No,
I
are you crazy?
I still stand. I could argue what Nozaki-kun could be.
You're gonna make me pause and you're gonna make me add those series?
Maybe in hell. Maybe we do a part 2.
This is definitely gonna be longer than one episode. Considering that from what I'm looking at, there's so many differences already.
So many reasons why you're wrong. So I know all the D&D classes, but I do have biases. I think Bard is the best. I think Druid sucks ass because you gotta memorize the whole goddamn monster book if you wanna know how to be a proper Druid.
You just have it with you. You don't have to memorize anything in D&D.
Memorize the whole goddamn monster book.
It's an open book test.
I think Rogue sucks unless you do sneak attack, and that's only useful if you have a map.
Don't they also have Jack of all trades?
They have expertise.
Oh.
So, well, I actually know D&D, as you can see. You looked at the abyss, but you blinked.
Annie made me watch Critical Role, but I have seen more D20 shows than they have.
Wow.
Just throw you under the bus
I was raised by Matt Mercer. You suckled on Brendan Lee Mulligan's tits. Let's get started. Alphabetically, by the way. You'll know where we are according to the series alphabet.
So, we're gonna start off with A, Assassination Classroom. I chose Koro Sensei because I thought he'd be more interesting than
Nagisa.
Nagisa. I was like, what is it? It's like not Nagito. That's a different character.
It's so funny because Nagisa is boyfriend Karma. And like, what's the green bitch's name? Like, I don't know.
Wasn't she like an alien?
No, she was just like a double agent of some shit.
Some bullshit, right?
And she's like, now that I'm free from whatever bullshit I'm at, I can go after Nagisa and he's gay.
Super gay. But for Koro Sensei, I picked the rogue.
Which is a dumbass answer, by the way. He's clearly a bard. He's a storyteller. He's good at everything, so he has jack of all trade. He's charismatic as fuck, yo.
He's always lying. He has to be sneaky. He has his own objectives and a tricky pass.
Hey, guess what? In D&D, you know what deception, the modifier stat is? It's charisma. Bards are great at lying.
Yes, I think Koro Sensei is a very charming man. Or alien.
I mean, depends, right? How deep you want to get into the series. Okay, I'm gonna put another thing. Nagisa would be a rogue, because he would be the assassin type.
Right.
Is Koro Sensei like Nagisa? An edgelord? No. He's a happy dude who had a dead wife. Oh, the teacher! The teacher was the green-haired girl's dead sister.
Was she?
Yeah, and the green-haired girl was like, how did my sister die? Did Koro Sensei kill her?
I want to rewatch Assassination Classroom.
Yeah, go ahead.
That's a good series.
Well, that's why Koro Sensei is a bard, a storyteller. Remember, charismatic as fuck. That time he dressed up as that one teacher to trick Nagisa's abusive mom, and at the very end revealed that teacher was bald the whole time.
I want to highly encourage people to put in the comments of who they think Koro Sensei is. It doesn't even have to be one of the classes we pick. You can pick any class, because some of them definitely feels like 5 classes sometimes.
Yeah, right.
But this one, I think Rogue.
Master of Disguise, normally given to the bard.
Fuck off. Anyway, we'll go on to the next A of Attack on Titan. A very famous opening for sure. We're choosing Eren Yeager, and I chose the Blood Hunter.
Which is dumb, just because he bites his hand.
That's not part of the Blood Hunters. It's like the blood is their powers.
That's a gimmick. You gotta look at the fact, where does Eren Yeager power truly come from? It is the anger that is inside him. That's why he should be a barbarian.
So you're looking at an emotional aspect. I'm looking more like physical.
You look at one aspect of him.
What are you looking at?
I look at the fact that when a barbarian enters a state of rage, when Eren Yeager turns into a titan, he is impervious to attack, just like a barbarian.
But Eren Yeager gets his power powers from the blood of like titans. It's not like his own blood. You know, like the lycanthrope subclass of blood hunter.
This is gonna be a little bit weak because I barely dabbled in Blood Hunter.
I think I got enough information. Most people don't really do blood hunter.
Yeah, it's mostly a Critical Role exclusive class, right?
And technically it's official, right? Like Artificer is official.
Officially. And also, we didn't watch that much of Attack on Titan.
I will one day read the manga.
You know, someone I will a tweet saying, if you hate Kagome or Mikasa, then you have bad opinions and I don't trust you and you're a red flag. And I was like, Mikasa?
Akemen?
Yeah, I can name you 10 things she did wrong.
I like Misa though. Mikasa.
I also like Misa from Death Note.
Like, shut up.
Misa!
Oh my god, I don't think I have Death Note in here.
It's fine. He'd probably be a warlock.
I'm clear, obviously, right? Like, okay, I don't feel bad for the ones where like it's kind of obvious. But Black Butler,
B.
Cecile Phantom Hive,
He's clearly a warlock.
he's a rogue.
Oh, okay. Why is he a rogue?
He doesn't use any devil powers. He himself doesn't have any powers.
Yes, but he relies on Sebastian to get shit done.
A warlock should use the powers of the
He's
fiend.
clearly a warlock, Pack of the Fiend. You know, Pack of the Familiar. Pack of the Chain, that's it.
I don't care what pack he is. He doesn't use any of the powers from Sebastian.
I'm sorry. At the end of the circus arc, did Sebastian not burn down the entire house?
Sebastian burned it down. Cecile didn't do shit.
Bullshit. Onaki, are you talking about what was
He's a rogue. He's a spy. He's always infiltrating things.
The most that Cecile Phantom High has ever done was cross-dress and inspired millions of cosplayers around the world. That's all he did. He mostly just sits back and be like, Sebastian, do something.
He's the strategist, like a rogue.
bullshito.
You're a bullshito.
3 in, and you haven't convinced me a single one that I'm wrong.
3 in, and we haven't found anything in common except Death Note, I guess.
I guess Death Note.
But that one's obvious. Because in Death Note, he's using Ryu's powers to kill people. Cecile is not using anybody's powers.
He just too literally. He's not doing jack shit in the series otherwise.
He's a rogue, that's why. Scheming, spy, infiltrating. Don't make me repeat myself.
I'm sorry, I forgot the time where Cecile Phantom High defeated Jack the Ripper. Oh wait, no, he was just cross-dressing and fucking Sebastian did everything.
When does the Fiend of the Warlock ever get into battle?
In the Pack of the Chain when you have a familiar.
What, is he his dog? A little dog
is
now?
Cecile Phantom High supposed to be a cleric because he has divine intervention from Satan?
The man has never healed nobody. I'm sure he's caused more psychological damage to
There
people.
are healing-based clerics and damage-based clerics.
Is there psychological horror-based clerics?
Yes, my mother. Moving on.
We have Black Clover, Asta. I'm clearly a
Clearly a
warlock.
warlock, yeah. Another light Yagami situation, right?
I mean, yeah. Oh my god, what is his devil's name again? I just got to this arc too. When we meet his devil.
Did you read the part with the mom?
I did read the part with the mom. I didn't
Fucked
get
up.
to the whole war part. That's when I just stopped. But I should continue. I really like this arc. But yeah, I mean, that's
Moving
clear.
on, right? Yeah. He's nothing about that book.
Then it's Black Lagoon, Revi, fighter.
Fighter, yeah, the gun.
Any gunner is a fighter.
Yeah, sorry. Not sorry.
What's weird is like if you have a sword, that doesn't necessarily make you a fighter though, because a lot of classes can use swords.
Yeah.
So we'll get that later. Then we go to Bleach,
Another guy with a sword.
so you can do anything, such as be a blood hunter.
I told you. Okay, what happened from last night when I told you specifically if you chose anything other than Sorcerer for Ichigo Kurosaki, you're wrong. And you said, oh, guess what, dumbass? I did do Sorcerer. Like, did you change it just to spite me?
Well, did I say that?
Yes.
I never meant to say that. I meant to say you were wrong picking Sorcerer.
He is clear. Would you say Blood Hunter? That man is a Soul Reaper, a Quincy, and a Hollow
And a full backer.
Bringer.
What's a full backer? I don't know if
I
a
guess
football
Get
term.
Backer.
Full bringer.
He's all that based off of his fucking blood. And what are sorcerers? Those are descendants of whatever soul subclass you pick. Normally dragons.
Because most of his powers is from the hollow, which he had to get from a hollow attack. The hollow attack is what started everything. He would have nothing without the hollow.
What he would always be a Quincy and a Soul
He
Reaper.
wouldn't be able to use those powers.
He's half Soul Reaper, half Quincy.
Dare you yell at me.
He-
Okay, I'm sorry. Wait. Who read all the manga?
Oh, okay.
Who read all the manga?
Forcing me to watch this terrible anime.
Me.
Yeah.
For both questions. So Blood Hunter.
What?
Clearly.
Would he be warlock by your logic?
No, because it's by blood, not by fiend. He doesn't have a hollow he talks to in
You're
his head.
taking Chetney from Critical Role to literally as your only example of Blood Hunter.
Blood Hunters are also mutant.
They have mutagens.
And what does Ichigo have?
Cancer?
So Soul Reaper Mutant, Quincy Cancer, Radioactive Full Hacker, Stringer? What was it called again?
Yeah,
Okay.
you're just so wrong.
I'm not wrong. He's a blood hunter. I am gonna make little itty posts of each of these that where we disagree.
Oh, we can make do this a whole Twitter poll.
Basically, yeah.
God, imagine if he was half out too.
I mean, if it wasn't Philly, I'm sure he would have somehow.
Moving on, this is my personal request, was the Blood Battle Blockade Leonardo watch. He is the little... I just really like the opening and endings. That series just stuck with me.
Yeah. The second season, I remember being very good.
Yeah, season 1 where they had the characters black and white. I was like, whatever.
Oh, I forgot about them.
So Leonardo Watch is a paladin because he is the Turtle Knight. He serves underneath the god of whatever, the New York, whatever they call that shit, who gifted him these special eyes, and he uses that to help save people.
New York gave him the power to have those eye powers?
Well, whatever entity that turned New York into that, I forget what it's called. Wasn't a good series.
Sex in the City. You think there's just 4 of them, but you forgot the character. New York.
The city is its own character. We got that from Dropout, right?
No, I think it's a running joke that New York is the 5th character of Sex in the City. Like, I think a lot of people have made that joke.
So dumb.
I just picked Sorcerer because I don't really remember this series too well.
Yeah, no.
And I just know something happened to his sister and then he got the powers.
Also, they fight vampires for like 3 of the 20 episodes.
What's hard is that, like, I don't know of many characters who are Paladin. I think I only put like 1 character. Maybe 1 or 2.
And see, that's the difference between Paladin and Fighter, is that they both fight, like, with a sword and junk, but Paladin has tenets that they have to follow. They have like their own little moral code.
Okay, what's the difference between the Paladin and the Warlock?
Because if
a Paladin a lot of times will have a god that they fight for.
Yeah, so mostly like you have to do the tenet of like you can't look away from injustice. Meanwhile, a Warlock is kind of like you gotta fuck around with me for a bit and then I give you power. So it's a lot more chaotic.
I always play Warlock, but I want to play Paladin. I like the idea of having to follow tenets, which like causes drama.
And if you break any of those tenets, you become an oath breaker.
Oh, interesting. This is what I don't really care about. I don't remember Leonardo Watch that much.
Oh, you want to get into the one we're gonna definitely get heated on?
Okay, this one was very obvious to me. I cannot believe
No! What the fuck is this?
We're going into Bobo, and he is a sorcerer.
Okay, why is he's clearly a bard? Why would you say sorcerer?
He's a sorcerer of wild magic.
Okay,
he has the inherent power to create nonsense.
Okay, here's the thing, but wild magic is a category. It's not specific to sorcerer. It's kind of like a book came out, a playbook came out, like, oh, hey, here's a bunch of psychic subclasses for multiple D&D classes. Try them out. Then you have wild magic that is applicable to multiple classes. It was just the one that you know is from Fitzroy from Venture Zone graduation, that he's a sorcerer of wild magic. But there's a barbarian wild magic, there's a yada yada yada.
But sorcerer makes sense because he's a magical man.
Yeah, but Bard makes sense because Bard has the ability magical secrets, and Bobo can do anything.
What's magical secret?
Magical secrets, a Bard can learn a spell from any class.
That's a spell?
That's a spell. But depending on what version of D&D you play, he can change that out every long rest or every time he levels up.
Oh, sure. Every 24 hours, he can learn a new spell and replace it with an old one. Or he could just be a sorcerer who has the inherent powers of all these different spells.
Yeah, but I could just be a Bard with wild magic and it would be most of our criteria.
It's not the same. I mean, the man has his shorts and his stories, but Bard doesn't have the power that sorcerer has. And like, you know how crazy Bobo is?
How many times has Bobo interrupted the story to fuck around in his little housewife drama where he has to go and buy meat while it's on sale?
I understand.
That is a Bard. And when he got Yugi Moto, you think a sorcerer could have done that?
I was gonna say, no way can a Bard summon Cypher and Cypher. No swiping.
Going to the seas now.
Cardcaptor Sakura.
That's her last name, Sakura Kinomoto?
Yeah, it's clearly a wizard.
Yeah, it's clearly a wizard.
She did magic, she had to learn how to use it.
But man, she needs to have an English name. I can't remember Sakura Kinomoto. Maybe like Sasha Kidman?
Okay, what is Sailor Moon's English name?
Serena Williams? No, I actually forget, actually.
I don't know either. I don't know. Is it Serena or is it Selena?
I'm pretty sure Serena.
Because Selena, it means moon.
But we can't be that on the nail.
Okay, well, fine.
But clearly a wizard, has the wand and everything. Can learn any spell that's not healing.
Case closed. Conan Edogawa.
I thought you were saying that. Case closed,
I mean, okay, no, but moving on to the next series. He's clearly a bard.
No, he's an artificer.
He doesn't make anything.
But he can, we can reason it. If you build a Conan Edogawa build, you can just say that he built all the things that Gossip made him.
Okay, except he didn't. He's a bard.
Wait, he has to be smart to be an artificer.
It doesn't matter.
You don't have to have
You're
any
a smart bard.
You don't need any intelligence to be a bard. You gotta be pretty.
You can just be a smart bard.
I guess. I don't know. It doesn't feel like a bard. What a weird pick. You're a weird guy.
He doesn't make anything.
I want to be like a daycare and like, oh, so your daughter, she's doing weird things like that. Yeah, that's a weird kid.
We have to have them see a specialist so that they stop being a weird kid.
And then I have to grow as a person to realize you're not a weird kid. You're a special kid and you're my special little guy.
And Conan's a bard.
And that's how Richard Moore adopted Conan Edogawa.
Not because of money. No, it couldn't be that.
I'm gonna say Jimmy Kudo's artificer, Conan Edogawa can be bard.
No.
Yeah.
He didn't make anything.
Moving on to Chainsaw Man. We have Denji. And I feel like we're just gonna always agree when it's clearly Warlock.
Okay, Warlock is kind of the one, like, it's kind of a dump.
Yeah.
I feel like Warlock, Fighter, and Sorcerer all kind of dump. Where you can just put anyone in there. Warlock may be a bit specific, but Warlock's pretty obvious.
And yeah, like, that's a Warlock pack of like, oh, I'm gonna give you powers, Denji, but I want you to have a happy life. Go get laid. Like,
Go get that bread.
Yeah. It's like, I want to be Chainsaw Man, Pochita. How you gonna do it with no legs?
Oh, manga.
Yeah.
So moving on from Chainsaw Man, we got Code Geass. Oh my god, please explain yourself. It makes no sense why you would do this to me.
I hate Blood Hunter.
Why?
Because one thing about the Blood Hunter subclass, me rubbing my hands, praying to God, please tell me I got this right, else I'm gonna look like a giant idiot, is that, okay, there's one subclass where he makes little mutagen balls and you feed it to your enemy and like it debuffs them, and that just kind of reminded me of Code Geass, like, whoosh, the power of the Emperor.
Oh my god, that's so stupid. He's a bard.
Why is he a bard? You can't just call every genius a bard. That makes no sense.
Because he's always lying and scheming and like telling wild stories. He has to like hold two personas of like his high school life.
He would be a rogue.
No, he's not infiltrating. He's lying.
I don't like your definitions.
We said that a bard doesn't have to be musical. It has to be someone who tells a story. But sometimes the story is full of bullshit and lies, so you can get your objective.
Kind of fucked up what he did to his sister, huh?
Fucked up what he did to a lot of his sisters.
Stole their shampoo.
L'Oreal.
Because you're worth it. I can't really fight for this too hard. I really shouldn't have put Blood Hunter, if I'm being honest. A lot of these is that it's just first instinct, and I told myself, you just kind of defend with your life, man.
Just go for it.
Yeah.
I didn't do that for most of mine.
Well, you thought about it?
Yes! I had a longer time to think about mine because I made this list and this is my idea. So moving on from Code Geass, went to Cowboy Bebop, Spike Spiegel,
AKA Steve Bloom.
I don't understand. He's clearly a fighter.
No, you can't just give him a fighter because he has a gun.
He goes shoot, shoot, blam, blam.
He's a rogue because I remember some of the scenes he does parkour, and rogue has a high dex.
He's a space cowboy, right?
I also think that he has expertise. What expertise does is that if you have a proficiency bonus, it will double it for some of the skills you choose.
That seems OP.
But it's a really an all or nothing kind of character. So he's an all character, like he's so cool in battling, and then he's a nothing character when he's just lounging on the couch and he has to fight the goddamn space lobster food that he didn't finish.
The rock lobster.
Like, he is the definition of a male wife and a boy failure.
Holy shit.
I gotta rewatch Cowboy Bebop.
I do too, but I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna be the same like Neon Genesis. Another series I don't think I put on this list, but
yeah, you can't just make him fight it, because another thing too is that fighter kind of fights for the thrill of the fight. He's clearly a rogue because I think he might have been a gunman for the Yakuza or Mafia.
I think you are right, but I think he's a fighter.
If only we understood that ending.
So moving on, we go to the Don, a new series. Anime has not been out. I don't think it'll be out by the time I post this episode. Maybe. Give it a chance.
Anime.
But I think it's kind of obvious. Momo Ayase, the girl, she has psychic powers. She's a sorcerer. The boy, Okurun, Warlock. Turbo Granny takes over his powers and he's using her powers.
Yeah.
So there's nothing really to debate there.
Yeah, psychic subclass. Whatever the fuck Emogen is in Critical Role.
Oh yeah, like an abhorrent mind.
Yeah.
So moving on to the next D, which is Demon Slayers, Tanjiro, Kamado.
He is a paladin because this is the thing between paladin and fighter. Fighters fight for the sake of fighting in my head. Like, they love to fight. But paladins, they have like a goal, like a morally good objective. And he wants to destroy all demons. Like, he cannot turn away from injustice.
I kind of see it. I mean, I chose fighter, but I just feel like paladins, there's something more to it. Like a lot of them, all the demon slayers fight for that moral code. I don't think that makes Tanjiro that much special than anyone else.
But another thing too is that his breathing helps him heal himself, which is one, kind of like magic, and two, similar to the paladin ability lay on hands that allows you to heal.
You can do that?
It's a stupid thing where like when Goku was like, Tanjiro, imagine your wounds closing as you breathe. There, you stop the bleeding. And then you're like, wow, what a great teacher for Tanjiro. I hope when Goku stays forever.
I guess so. You're putting a lot of fanfare on this one when you make yourself who's a fighter into a paladin.
It's an easy transition, right?
Talk about easy. Dr. Stone, Senku, artificer.
Artificer.
He is like absolutely the only artificer in my mind because he actually makes stuff and explains the science.
Was he Mythbusters? You know there's an episode of Mythbusters that was like, oh, can you turn this common day item into a bomb? But the answer was yes, very easily. And they went, oh shit, this is a very easily obtained common item. We cannot put this episode out.
The answer is fertilizer.
Oh, was it fertilizer?
It's always fertilizer. Fertilizer you can turn to bombs because they're full of nitrogen. And that's one of the main ingredients you need for making a bomb.
That's how Bakugo's powers work.
I think it's different. He uses a different type of nitrogen-based compound called nitrogen?
Nitrogen.
No, not nitrogen. Nitrogen-based. Okay, this is the one I knew you were gonna pick wrong for.
I want you to know we are recording on Akira Toriyama's birthday.
Really?
There is a whole video out by Aaron Hansen, Rubber Ross, a bunch of famous animators we know who reanimated the Dragon Ball opening as tribute to the late Akira Toriyama.
Wow.
So put some goddamn respect in your mouth.
Well, maybe you should have picked the right class then, because for Dragon Ball, Son Goku is a barbarian.
Bull fucking shit. He is clearly a monk.
When he goes Super Saiyan, that's his rage mode, where he gets more powerful and can't get hurt as much and needs to constantly be fighting.
Here's my thing. I think, controversially, you can argue Gohan is a barbarian. Vegeta is a barbarian. I don't know if Goku can be considered a barbarian.
Bullshit. I do kind of think maybe monk, only because the people I put as monk are fighters who have a little bit of like magical or special abilities, but not for Goku.
Because you're just talking about Super Saiyan Goku. But like, I'm talking about Dragon Ball Goku when he's a kid and he has his little monk weapon at the staff. I'm talking about regular Goku where he's super fast and nimble. Like, his whole training is being all about speed. What he doing in the super hyperbolic time chamber? He's speeding up, man. I'm talking about Ultra Instinct. Well, it's not based off anger. It's him being totally zen with himself and cool with the universe.
Even as a child, he could still turn into the Great Eight, which would be his rage mode. Even the Kaioken is a rage mode. I could give Ultra Instinct to the monk thing.
How the fuck is Kaioken rage? Is that rage?
No, it's about like amplifying your powers. How is that really any different from Super Saiyan?
I'm gonna say, I don't think the blue Kai man, what Supreme Kai was like, Goku, you gotta get angry like me. Watch. Ooh.
Is that fucked up that he has Bubbles, a monkey, and then he trains a Great Ape Man?
No, it's fine. In the movies, Bubbles can talk, so clearly Bubbles wants to be there.
Bubbles can talk?
In the movies.
What does he say?
He goes, hi, sir, I'm British. Oop-a-doop-a-doop.
Are you just talking about the bridge movie?
Always.
Son of a...
Now, wait, to wrap up our deeds, because apparently this is going to be a 5-part episode.
But when you asked me to put all the JoJo's, it was clearly gonna be a multi-part episode.
Dungeon Meshi. Yeah, and after I watched today's episode, I won't say which one you guys figure it out, which episode played on Akira Toriyama's birthday. Yeah, that Holden should have probably been fighter, like you said.
He's 100% a fighter. I mean, he's a good guy, but he's really stupid.
Really autistic. I think I put Paladin because, like, that little tidbit where he stuck being in the army. I was like, he can't be a fighter then.
What tidbit about the army?
He left his home to join the army, but he was really terrible at it. So he kind of just became a slave for, like, a traveling caravan. And that's when Paladin found him being like, shit, they're treating you like shit here. If I leave you, I might never see you again.
He does like to fight monsters.
He's good at fighting monsters because he knows all about them.
So I guess this is the end of part 1. Catch us next time in part 2 where we go over more characters.
Maybe we'll go do it faster. Maybe we won't yell at each other so much.
Just depends on how much disagreements we have, to be honest.
We got all the angers out in the episode 1. Maybe episode 2 is real chill now.
Can only hope so.